Welcome. I'm going to tell you a story, a beautiful yet tragic story that we may all learn from, of one destroyed by pride and arrogance. But who am I?
Some call me Shankar, some call me Shiva. I am the destroyer and creator, a linga and the ascetic, maintaining the cycle of life inseparable from Shakti. Sitting on tiger skin and daubed with ash, I am forever in contemplation in my abode on Kailash. The subject of our story is a great scholar, well versed in the Vedas, a capable ruler and maestro of the Greek. The devotee I talk of is none other than Raavan.
Once Raavan wanted to meet with me at my abode in Kailash. Nandi was guarding the gate and refused to let Raavan in. Raavan became angry. He did not want to miss the opportunity to show his devotion to me, and to prove this to Nandi, Raavan said he wanted Kailash to be near his home in Lanka. Motivated by his own desires, he attempted to uproot and move the mountain.
I was annoyed by Raavan's arrogance, and so I, Mahadev, pressed my littlest toe on Kailash, pinning him firmly and painfully underneath it. Raavan became regretful. Using his own body as an instrument, he plucked his nerves and used them as strings to compose music. He sang verses to praise me, now known as the Tamba Stotra. suffering earned him the name Raavan, the one with a terrifying roar. I forgave him and set my dearest disciple free. The mighty Raavan proved the strength of his love for me. Even now I can see the arrogance that would eventually lead to his downfall. Raavan persevered in showing his devotion to me even further. In extreme penance he began sacrifice, decapitating himself. To allow the ritual to continue, he was granted another head with each new cut. Pleased with his devotion, Brahma granted him Amrita, the nectar of immortality. Raavan became all but invincible. Letting his arrogance get the better of him, he began to peer beyond the horizon. With his immense power, even the deities were afraid of him. He was heading towards conquering all three worlds.
One day, Raavan's sister Shurpankhar was in the forest when she spotted two young men, accompanied by a beautiful woman. Intrigued, Shurpankhar followed them for a while. Mesmerized by the charm and beauty of one of the men, Shurpankhar walked towards him discreetly. When the man stopped by a river, she mustered the courage to confront him and tell him of her feelings. His reply broke her heart. He, Ram, was married to Sita, for whom he was eternally loyal. Shurpankhar was outraged at this dismissal. She was the sister of the king of Lanka. She flew into anger, and defending themselves, Ram, his brother Lakshman, ended up wounding her. Raavan vowed to take care of his sister. He would not let Ram and Lakshman's insolence go unpunished. In retaliation, he captured Ram's bride, the beautiful Sita, and imprisoned her. Raavan was a learned man, but blinded by his ever-growing ego and arrogance, he chose to ignore the omens he had seen and his knowledge of the Vedas. He questioned his actions, but felt that now he must continue on the path he had begun, that which would eventually lead to his downfall. As Raavan achieved greater power, he only became more consumed by his own desires. Righteousness had to be restored. Only Lord Vishnu himself could save the world from Raavan.
Raavan knew his end was near, but he could not give up. He searched for the harshest arrow from the few he was left with, and waited for Ram to decide on the course the projectile would take. As he waited, snatches of Raavan's light floated in front of his eyes. His mother, Aikasi, igniting the fire of ambition in his heart by talking to him when he was young and nervous to grieve about his half-brother Kubera and wealth. Indra's humiliation as Raavan's soldiers took prized possessions from Indra's heaven to Raavan's Lanka. His first night from Mandodari, a woman of rare grace and beauty from a far-off land. Young Indrajit, his dear son, who left this world because of his own obsession with Sita. And Sita herself, Sita whom Raavan could never win over with all his power.
Raavan fell against the arrows of Ram. As he lay perishing on the battlefield, Raavan's sense of ego and pride were destroyed. No longer blinded by his arrogance, in his dying moments Raavan recognized how he had followed the wrong path. And so ended the life of one of my greatest devotees, A king who used his power for evil. A king who turned away from his dharma. A king blinded by ego.